The Whorfian hypothesis, or the relationship between language and thought. Damien Costello, in his book Black Elk, claims that the language of the Lakota and their traditional religious culture were so closely related that one was dependent on the other and vice versa. Therefore, the use of the native language by the Jesuits was crucial to the success of their early missionary efforts, and incidentally, also somewhat anti-colonial. The Whorfian hypothesis claims that language influences thought rather than the reverse. It was, ironically, largely based on research on a Native American language, Hopi, where the language categorizes a dramatically different interpretation of time. This led to the claim that the language and culture worldview are so strongly intertwined that this is the normal way of thinking, and it's extremely difficult to think otherwise. For example, the Eskimo words for snow compared to the relatively small number of words in English. The claim is that all of these conceptual systems are dependent upon language. But linguists have discarded this theory and instead argued for a weak form of this hypothesis, which claims that language furnishes us categories that are typically used for ordinary thinking, but we can and do think outside of these categories, thus allowing us to think, perhaps with some effort, outside the culture and even change our thinking. Let us now consider bilingualism. What about bilinguals who know 2 languages and 2 cultures? Linguistics has found that while speaking both languages, they are activated at the same time, and usually only one dominates depending on the situation and the person spoken to, which means that there are both languages operating at the same time, and this tends to lead to benefits, such as enhanced problem-solving skills, higher levels of abstract thought, increased cultural awareness, and therefore greater empathy. This has led to also a thing called code switching. If a vocabulary item is missing in one language, or there's a better term in the other language, it can be used. For example, he is very macho. Some have called this Tex-Mex or Spanglish, where bilinguals seem to mix up the language. But this dramatic ease in switching from one language to another within a single sentence is easily explained by the fact that they are both languages are being activated in the brain simultaneously. Notice the example of code switching in German, where various phrases are substituted depending on the person and the situation. So both worldviews and cultures are being accessed and are available to the speaker at the same time, allowing for this switching back and forth. It is not illogical. It is very logical, especially when they are speaking to people who are also bilingual, understand both languages, and can see the benefit to using one word over another.